Next point in the chapter is buffer solution. Now what is buffer solution? A solution which can resist drastic changes in pH upon addition of small amount of strong acid or strong base or water. That means when to this solution strong acid or strong base is added, there will be no change in pH of that solution. So these solutions are basically used to maintain the pH. Now there are two types of buffer solution. First one is acidic buffer solution and the second is basic buffer solution. So first, acidic buffer solution. This type of buffer solution is used to maintain acidic pH. Now acidic buffer solution is made up of weak acid and its salt with strong base. It is made up of what? Weak acid and its salt with strong base. So we can take example of CH3, COO, Na. NaOH is strong base and CH3COOH is what? Weak acid. Now pH of this basic buffer is given by the equation pH is equal to pKa plus log to the base 10 concentration of salt divided by concentration of acid, where pKa is equal to negative log to the base 10 Ka. Ka is what? It is dissociation constant of acid. So from this equation we can calculate pH of the acidic buffer solution. pKa plus log to the base 10 concentration of salt divided by concentration of acid, and this equation is called as Henderson-Hasselbalch equation for acidic buffer. Equation is called as what? Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. That is pH is equal to pKa plus log to the base 10 salt upon acid. In the same format we are going to see basic buffer solution and this equation for basic buffer solution. Okay. So this much is clear to you. What is acidic buffer, weak acid and its salt with strong base. Second type is basic buffer solution. Now basic buffer solution is used to maintain basic pH. It is made up of weak base and its salt with strong acid. What it is made up of? Weak base and its salt with strong acid. Example we can take NH4Cl, ammonium chloride, in which NH4OH, that is ammonium hydroxide, is weak base and HCl is a strong acid. Now pOH of this basic buffer solution can be given by the expression pOH is equal to pKb plus log to the base 10 concentration of salt divided by concentration of base. So pKb is equal to negative log to the base 10 Kb, where Kb is what? It is dissociation constant of base, These are the concentration of salt and concentration of base, and this equation which gives pOH of basic buffer solution is known as Henderson-Hasselbalch equation for basic buffer solution. Okay, so this is the expression for basic buffer solution. Now the next point in this is buffer action. That means how this buffer solution actually works, and from this there is no change in pH of that solution. So what is the exact mechanism? For that mechanism we have to see the reactions, dissociation reaction, and what exactly happens during this process of reaction. Okay. So next point is buffer action. For this buffer action, take an example of a buffer solution in which CH3COONA, that is sodium acetate, plus CH3COOH. That means it is an example of what? Acidic buffer solution. CH3COOH is what? Weak acid, and it's salt with strong base. So strong base is sodium hydroxide NaOH. So this is an example of acidic buffer solution. Okay. Now in this case, sodium acetate is a strong electrolyte. And acetic acid is weak electrolyte. Remember step by step the whole process. Acidic buffer solution, sodium acetate plus acetic acid. Among these two, sodium acetate is what? It is a strong electrolyte, and acetic acid is weak electrolyte. So for strong electrolyte there will be complete dissociation in water, and for weak electrolyte there is partial dissociation. So first, for strong electrolyte, reaction will be CH3COONA will give CH3COO minus plus Na plus. So all the sodium acetate molecules are converted into corresponding ions. And for weak electrolyte, what will happen? Partial dissociation. CH3COOH will dissociate partially in water to give acetate ions plus H plus ions. Now, what is the next step? Suppose small amount of strong acid is added. Now first, for this what we have to remember, there is partial dissociation. That means very small amount of acetic acid is converted into their corresponding ions. Most of the acetic acid molecules remains undissociated. That means in solution there is presence of what? Acetate ions, Na plus ions plus undissociated acetic acid molecules. Okay. Now when small amount of strong acid is added to the solution, what will happen? The H plus ions from strong acid will react with CH3COO minus, that is acetate ions. So CH3COO minus plus H plus ions will form CH3COOH molecules. When this will happen? When strong acid is added. Okay. And suppose small amount of strong base is added to the solution. what will happen? Strong base means there will be production of OH minus ions from strong base. So on addition of strong base, what will happen? Those OH minus ions will get neutralized by undissociated acetic acid molecule. What I said, OH minus ions from strong base will react with what? Undissociated, because it is a weak electrolyte. So undissociated molecules will react with OH minus ions and get neutralized. So in this case, CH3COOH reacts with OH minus ions to give CH3COO minus plus H2O. Okay. So there is neutralization reaction. That means these two molecules, acetic acid molecule plus OH minus, will react and neutralization of OH minus takes place and it will get converted to H2O, that is water molecule, and there will be again formation of acetate ions. So in this whole reaction mechanism, what is happening? There is no change in H plus and OH minus ions concentration, and therefore the pH of the solution remain unchanged. Okay. So pH of the solution remain unchanged, and therefore this type of solution is called as what? Buffer solution. So upon addition of strong acid or strong base, there is no change in pH of this solution. Therefore this solution is called as what? Buffer solution. This is mechanism for action of acidic buffer solution. Okay. Up to this is the part of buffer action and buffer solution. Next point in this is related to solubility equilibria. For solubility equilibria, we are going to consider sparingly soluble salts. What are sparingly soluble salts? That means these salts dissolve to the less extent in water. Okay. That means all the molecules are not dissolved in water. Few molecules remain undissociated. So example for this is AgCl, that is silver chloride. Consider solid silver chloride in water, and it is an example of what? AgCl is an example of sparingly soluble salt. Now when this sparingly soluble salt, powdered AgCl, is dissolved in water, few molecules of AgCl gets dissociated and it will give Ag plus and Cl minus ions, and at the same time few molecules remain undissociated. So AgCl solid will give Ag plus ions and Cl minus ions in water. So a dynamic equilibrium exists between solid AgCl and ions present in saturated solution. When dissociation of AgCl takes place, there will be formation of saturated solution, and that saturated solution contains what? Ag plus and Cl minus ions. Okay. So dynamic equilibrium exists between the solid AgCl, that means AgCl which is not dissociated, and Ag plus and Cl minus ions from the saturated solution. Okay, so this equilibrium is called as solubility equilibrium. That means here we are considering solubility of sparingly soluble salt AgCl. Now what will be the expression for equilibrium constant? Consider same reaction. I will write down here. AgCl solid will give Ag plus Cl minus. So equilibrium constant K is given by the equation concentration of Ag plus into concentration of Cl minus divided by concentration of AgCl. Now AgCl is in solid state, and this AgCl means what? It is the undissociated AgCl molecules or undissociated AgCl salt. In water, most of the AgCl remains undissociated. So this concentration we can take it as constant. So AgCl is equal to K dash. So equation will be K into K dash, which is equal to concentration of Ag plus into Cl minus. So for this constant we can take Ksp Ag plus into Cl minus. So Ksp is what? It is called as solubility product. So solubility product of this equation is Ag plus concentration into Cl minus concentration. So what is the definition for solubility product? It is defined as it is the product of concentration of ions in saturated solution raised to their powers in a balanced chemical equation. So it is what? Saturated solution and the product of concentration of ions raised to their powers in a balanced chemical equation. So here corresponding stoichiometric coefficient. When we balance the chemical reaction, that process is called as stoichiometry, and for balancing those equations, the coefficients which we used are called as what? Stoichiometric coefficient. So in this reaction, there is no need of balancing, and the stoichiometric coefficients are for Ag plus it is 1 and for Cl minus also it is 1. So here we don't have to write their corresponding powers because it is taken as 1. But for some reaction, there may be balancing coefficient like 2, 3. So raised to their corresponding powers, we have to write the concentration terms. We'll see the example based on this. So just remember Ksp is solubility product. One example we'll take. Suppose we'll take example of AlOH thrice. The dissociation of this takes place as Al plus 3 plus 3 OH minus. Here what are the coefficients? For Al plus 3 coefficient is 1 and for OH minus it is 3. So what will be the expression for Ksp? Ksp is equal to concentration of Al plus 3 into concentration of OH minus raised to their corresponding coefficients in a balanced chemical equation. So for Al plus 3 coefficient is 1. So we don't have to write that here. And for OH minus coefficient is 3. So here you can write 3. Okay. In this way we can write solubility product expression for any of the solubility equilibria. Okay.